This article was published 12 years ago. And please notice that the virus that they are doing a test on resonates at 60 gigahertz.
This is trained vocalist Derek Tilton performing in Washington State.
Now let's take a look at a more recent study.
This trick works due to a bit of science called resonance, and that's basically vibrations. Everything around us is vibrating. Now, the glass vibrates at a certain frequency, and that can be replicated in a sound wave.
As you're reading this, please pay close attention to what it's saying. They have found the resonance frequency to destroy the influenza type A virus. What does all this mean? Let's take a closer look at resonance and frequency.
Five to 8 hertz frequency has been determined to be nearly the precise center of the entire electromagnetic color spectrum. There's only one number, the electromagnetic color spectrum is the same as the sound system. That one number is 5 to 8. Both the same in color and sound.
I would like to just pick up a little bit on the coronavirus because we did have a briefing this morning, and I would like to urge the department and the other officials within the government to have some open briefings. I didn't hear anything this morning that I haven't read in the newspaper. And that's one of the things that I heard from them, is that they don't have the information that they would like to have to share with their employees and to try and do what's right in response to this medical emergency.
Through the art and science of working with Fibonacci numbers, we can transform our own DNA. The golden spiral is the growth pattern of life. It is the sequence of multiplication, replication, and expansion. It brings life, growth, abundance. It is a pattern of progression. It shows us how energy is meant to flow. Nature reveals it to us in so many ways. And as scientists and alchemists, we pay attention to nature, and we ask, what are nature's laws, and what is it revealing to us?
While this is partly an FYI, partly a pretty sight I thought would look good in the news, it is also something that conflicts with the reports I'm hearing in the news. Satellite sensors indicate pollution over China has not stopped in the wake of the virus. Run this part back if you need to. It's the most actively polluted air on Earth, still.
In the world today, we have people who are controlling virtually everything economically, geopolitically.
Heller today, coldest North Pole temperatures in 6 years, and the better share here on zombie thermometers. Yes, folks, they estimate temperatures for as many or more stations as they get data. They're literally making up temperature data as they go, and here's the thing.
Except you don't even know that you've been listening to the static your whole life.
They don't even deny it. They just deny it has any negative effect on their climate conclusions or projections. Seriously.
And we're the only species out of tune and accepting static for the clear channel.
How is it transmitted?
A variety of different ways, Senator.
Tell me what they are, please.
Again, human to human is what we've primarily seen.
Human to human, how?
Being in the same vicinity.
Let's say that you're here and you are putting out negative thoughts, negative behaviors, negative actions. It's all energy. The neurology in your brain's powerful.
Being in the same vicinity, physical contact is usually what we've seen from the medical cases that we've seen here in the U.S. We've had several, I think 2 to 3 human-to-human cases that have showed up here in the U.S. So it's those that are closest to those individuals that have that human contact.
The neurology in your brain's powerful. 86% of you is God water. So now that's going out, and it goes out, and here's what happens. It goes out, it goes up and down. This is called the event horizon. You shoot down through the middle of the event horizon, which is the black hole, comes out and spins back around, ultimately comes right back. Bringing to you karma. Bringing to you divine judgment. It's all...
What's the mortality rate so far? Nationwide,
I believe it,
worldwide?
Worldwide, I believe it's under 2%.
How much under 2%?
I'll get you an exact figure. I'll check with CDC on their monitoring the worldwide mortality rate, and I can get that for you.
But you don't know the mortality rate today?
It changes daily, Senator.
Well, I understand that. What's the average since we discovered the virus?
Again, it's under 2%. It was as high as 3%. Numbers were recalculated based on reporting from China.
Is it between 1.5 and 2?
In the world today, we have people who are controlling virtually everything economically, geopolitically. Their agenda has been population manipulation, population control for millennia. They have held the secret knowledge, the ancient music, by which the pyramids were constructed based on the math. All of the universe is constructed according to these 9 tones. They knew about
between 1.5 and 2%.
Okay, what's the mortality rate for influenza over the last, say, 10 years in America?
It's also right around that percentage as well. I don't have that offhand, but it's right around 2% as well.
You sure of that?
It's a little bit, yes, sir.
Okay.
Ultimately, what has happened with this planet is that we are in dissonance to another note, another frequency. It turned out that when we discovered the original musical scale, there was not just 6, but a total of 9. That is, everything in the universe is made from 9 notes.
Point to a secret society called the 9 Unknown Men that advised the Emperor Ashoka on the workings of the universe and the 9 cosmic vibrations of purification.
And that the first 6 are the Solfeggio, and then there's 3 additional ones that form a perfect circle of sound. And that perfect circle of sound looks something like this.
And the 9 cosmic vibrations of purification.
Do we have enough respirators?
To my knowledge, we do. I'm focused on making sure that our operators at DHS make sure that they have the protective equipment. I know HHS, as part of the supplemental.
We just heard testimony that we don't.
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Head of Homeland Security, do we have enough respirators or not?
For patients, I don't understand the question.
For everybody, every American who needs one who gets the disease.
Again, I would refer you to HHS on that.
Mr. Secretary,
My budget supports.
you're supposed to keep us safe.
My budget supports the men and women
You're
of the
the
Department of Homeland
Secretary of
Security.
Homeland Security.
Yes, sir.
And you can't tell me if we have enough respirators.
What I would tell you is that the budget, my budget, our operations are focused not only on the men and women of DHS, making sure they're protected to do their jobs, to screen individuals coming in. We're working with HHS,
You don't know.
CDC, and their
You don't know
budgets
the answer, do you?
to ensure that they have enough medical
Do
equipment.
we have enough face masks?
We, for the Department of Homeland Security, we
I'm
do.
not asking for the Department of Homeland Security.
Are you looking?
I'm asking-
How much of your body is full of water? They used to say when I was at Harvard School of Public Health, the truth was back then about 86%, 85, 86% of your body, well hydrated, was water. Today they tell us it's only 75%. Hogwash, they've been dehydrating everybody with the poisons.
Homeland Security, we
I'm
do.
not asking for the Department of Homeland Security.
Are you looking?
I'm asking for the American people.
For the entire American public?
Yes.
No, I would say probably not.
But I want to be sure I understand. Somebody
Yes, sir.
is doing modeling
Yes, sir.
on how many cases we're anticipating.
93% of the function of DNA is light and sound reception and transmission for intercellular communication and cellular upregulation. You know what it means? It means precipitation. In the now, every millisecond, instant second, you're remanifesting right now in water. Water is the most energy conductive of all of the materials. It's a superconductor.
That
I'm asking you
CDC
questions
and
because you're
HHS
Secretary of
are
the
focusing
Department
on.
of Homeland Security, and you're supposed to keep us safe.
Yes, sir.
And you need to know the answers to these questions.
And
How far away are we from getting a vaccine?
in several months.
They have held the secret knowledge, the ancient music.
You're telling me we're months away from having a vaccine. That's your testimony as Secretary of Homeland Security.
What I have been told by HHS and CDC, yes. And elsewhere, talking about a number of these
Well, your
issues
numbers aren't the same as CDC's,
on our task force.
but you don't know why
planning
you have
for
a
it.
discrepancy.
I would refer you to the CDC on
Mr.
specific
Secretary,
questions.
I'm going to hush here.
You don't even know what the true resonant frequency is because it has been kept from you.
All of the universe is constructed according to these 9 tones. They knew about them. In fact, they instituted. In fact, it was the Rockefeller Foundation in 1939 that instituted the world's standard tuning. The Western world tunes to a 440 Hertz frequency. That when you tune your instrument to that, the F sharp note is 741. Precisely. That you can see on my left in green is the color green. It's the heart of the rainbow. That's the miracle note from the original Solfeggio note, from the original Solfeggio scale. And the other note that you see, 741, which is part of nature, is called the devil's interval in musicology. That when you play 741 with 528, it creates such an annoying and dissonant energy, diseasing, stressful, that if you continue to listen to it, you could die.
You're supposed to keep us safe, and the American people deserve some straight answers on the coronavirus.
I disagree.
That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Senator Shaheen.
Thank you, Madam
Tesla
Chairman.
coils, energy amplifiers. Your DNA is an energy amplifier, a coil. It's an antenna to the creator. Every single cell of your body has this energy. It has this divine intelligence in order to uplift yourself, sustain yourself, heal yourself, is the billions of cells in your body that have its own unique genetic intelligence, its own sacred spiral to the creator.
You can sing.
A little bit.
Brilliant. Music is nature's painkiller. Sing him a song.
No.
Yeah.
I see trees of green, red roses too.
Thank you for watching, and much love to you all.
And for you, and I think to myself,